Liberal leader Susan Holt has become the first female premier of New Brunswick. New Brunswick voters have elected a Liberal majority government, tossing out the Progressive Conservatives after 6 years in power and handing the reins to the first woman ever to lead the province. Liberal leader Susan Holt is a relative newcomer to the province's political scene, having won a by-election last year, 8 months after she became the first woman to win the leadership of the party. The Liberals won 31 of 49 seats to the Conservatives 16 and Greens 2.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you, New Brunswick. I want to thank every voter, every person who came out and exercised their right to vote and participate to keep our democracy strong. Thank you to everyone who voted, and a special thank you to everyone who voted for Team Holt and our amazing candidates that we elected tonight. I would also like to thank Mr. Blaine Higgs for his service to New Brunswick over these past 6 years. And offer my congratulations to David Kuhn on his re-election. I look forward to working with him in the legislature. We don't take it lightly that you have put your trust in myself and my team, and that you have hope for a brighter future. But that hope, I know, is short-lived, and it is going to be on us to deliver authentically, on the ground, openly and transparently. It's going to be on us to bring the change that you're asking for every day and everything we communicate with you. But I know we can do it with teamwork. I know we can do it with a focus on the people of New Brunswick. The people of New Brunswick that are our biggest asset.
Following the results, Progressive Conservative leader Blaine Higgs wished Ms. Holt success in her new role.
And thanks for being here tonight. It's certainly not the night we'd hoped for. Nevertheless, it is what it is. So the people of New Brunswick have spoken, and I have called and congratulated Susan Holt and her team on their victory. Susan, you've earned the trust of the people, and I wish her here every success as she takes on the challenges that lie ahead. I'm proud of the campaign we ran, one that was focused on making New Brunswick a better place for all of us. We set out to continue the work we started over the past few years, improving healthcare, building our economy, and ensuring a brighter future for the next generation. So the province is on a trajectory that will move it forward, and I'm really hoping that Susan Holt and her Liberal colleagues will continue that path.
And University of New Brunswick political science professor J.P. Lewis joined us to unpack the results.
I think, the last 2 years have been a rough year, a couple of years for the premier within his party. Pretty to a historic sense in that he had multiple ministers resign over the government's position on Policy 713, and on their way out, publishing letters about his leadership. So this does not normally happen. And I think a lot of folks were curious of what role that would play in the election, if it was just kind of drama going on in the party and that Higgs would still be maybe evaluated in a different manner. But obviously that wasn't the case because of, how Blaine Higgs, for folks outside of New Brunswick, like his riding, the riding just south of him, this is all north of St. John. This is kind of the suburbs of St. John. For them to lose those ridings, which were very solidly Tory in the last couple elections, was quite shocking, to be honest. So I think looking at it that way, elections are normally a referendum on the premier, and this was certainly the case, but it had a bit of a different feel because of that drama going on. And Susan Holt, they were successful in introducing herself to the province, new leader. I think there's a lot of talk of what kind of drag the Liberal brand would maybe be on the provincial party. And they were successful in figuring that out. They almost never mentioned the word Liberal. It was all about Team Holt and even on signage. So I think, the main issues that the election were fought over didn't really change. So access to healthcare, cost of living, and education. but the a rejection of maybe the politics where direction that Higgs was taking seemed to be apparent as well.